Hi, welcome to Yoga with Dagny. Welcome. This is very funny because I just did this entire class and for some reason it didn't record. And my whole class was on releasing struggle. And then I went to, download it and it didn't record. And I was like, I'm gonna have to release some struggle now and do it again. So I guess I must have needed this class twice. So here we are getting ready to release struggle. And the other main point of this class is to restore ourselves. You know, it's been a super busy week for me. I don't know about you, but so it's a class about really restoring ourselves as well. So what you'll need for today is a wall, a chair, 2 yoga blocks if you have them that look like this, and your mat and a belt. And if you don't have a belt, you can use a bathrobe tie or something like that. We're going to begin in a very restorative posture with our legs up the wall. We've done this before in this class, so I'm going to just point my camera to where I'm going to set up. If you don't have a wall space, a door always works. We're just going to come on down. I like to say I velcro my butt to the wall, just the butt cheek, and then I swing my legs up. And here we are, legs up the wall. Just take a minute here with your legs up the wall and just rock your head gently from side to side. Make sure that any tension in your neck is just dissolving. I need to do that after that crazy little thing. I hope it doesn't happen again, but I'm working on getting in the flow with technology, and that has been what I would call a struggle, but I'm letting go of the struggle. So here we are, legs up the wall, beginning to restore, just landing here in our yoga practice. Let's take our hands and we're going to put them on our lower belly. I like to go hand over hand. Right beneath your belly button, about 1.5 inches down, is an acupoint that is used in acupuncture and shiatsu. That's called the ocean of ki, or the sea of ki, and it's also called the dantian or tanbian, and it's kind of our place of infinite. It's an infinite energy of ocean within us, of energy. And so we're just going to take some breaths into that area. So let's inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose, right into that lower belly. And as you're inhaling, see if you can just feel the belly actually rise up into the palms of your hands. Filling that space of the lower belly, and as you exhale, just releasing. Inhaling in some vital energy, some new life, some presence to be here in your practice. Exhaling your day, whatever it was, good, bad, ugly, fun, whatever it is, just releasing anything prior to this moment. And a few more of those breaths. Inhaling whatever it is that you're needing in this moment, be it peace, rest, the ability to just be here. And exhaling any tension, exhaling anything that no longer serves you. Another breath here. Good, and then another deep breath in. On the exhale, let the bottoms of your feet come together and let your knees just splay out to the sides. And just settle here for a moment, lengthening the spine and letting your hips drop open a little bit. Good, and then let's interlace our hands like so. Press the palms up to the ceiling, take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, just let the arms come up and over your head. Good, stretching the shoulders a little bit. The tops of the shoulders remain soft, and you're just pressing the palms away from you. Nice big breath in, and then exhale, release the arms out to the sides. And then take them up again, interlace the opposite cross, big breath in, exhale, palms up. Inhaling again through the nose and exhaling those arms up overhead, lengthening through the back of the neck, lengthening your tail to the wall, opening through the hips and shoulders. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale, release those arms out to the sides again. Yes. Feeling better already. Let's inhale and take the knees together and exhale, roll slowly on the side. Inhaling to press up and find a seat. Good. And then we're going to come back away from the wall. I'm going to bring my mat over here so you can see. And our next posture is going to be child's pose. So child's pose is always good for restoration. Our knees are going to be apart, our big toes are going to be touching, and we're just going to slowly come down. To begin with, let's bring the arms back by the sides and let the head go. Yep. Just let go. Like a little child. Maybe gently rock your hips from side to side a little to release any tension in your lower back. Let your shoulders drape. Let go here. Good. And as you're here in your child's pose, if you want to peek up for a minute, I just want to show you something. I want you to inhale right from the center of your breath back here. I want you to imagine inhaling and spreading your kidney area with your breath out to the waist. And as you're exhaling, it's just slowly going back to the center. So this is just an energetic spreading. Inhaling. You're still down in your child's pose. You're spreading. Exhaling slowly back to the center. Good. And so a couple of breaths like that, right into the kidneys. Two more big breaths like that. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then just creep your arms forward after your next exhalation and turn your palms open to stretch the shoulders again. So it's like you're reaching forward with the arms, palms rolled up, but the arm bones are plugged in. Good. And then we're going to inhale up onto our forearms. And we're going to inhale and we're going to sweep up our left arm. We're going to stretch our heart open. Yes. And then we're going to exhale and weave these fingertips under the opposite armpit and just come into a rest. Continuing with deep breath. On your next inhalation, unweave that arm back onto the forearms. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweeping the opposite arm up. Oh, big twist up to heaven. Exhale, weaving it under the armpit. Come on down. Relax. Couple of big breaths right here. Inhaling and exhaling. Good, and when you're ready, we're gonna inhale to unweave and just exhale, come on up. Great, so next we're gonna do just a little cat-cow to limber the spine. Bring a brick over because we're gonna use the brick as well for when we go into downward facing dog. So first on all fours, knees slightly behind the hips, palms beneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift chin, lift tail, drop belly. Big breath, let the back arch. And then exhale, opposite arch. Halloween cat, chin is gonna drop, tail is gonna tuck, exaggerating the spine. And then moving with your own breath, inhaling, exhaling. And just opening up the fluidity of your spine with your breath. Exhaling as you're a cat, inhaling as you're a cow. On your next inhalation, return to tabletop position, and then exhale, release. Inhale, curl your toes under, press into your knuckles, not your wrists, lift your hips up high, and come into downward facing dog. So we're gonna see, maybe we need to lift our brick up to a higher height, but we're gonna find a way that we're gonna rest our head on our bricks. So find that perfect little position. You might have to walk your hands forward or your feet back a little bit. But once you find the position, you're gonna lift up through the hips. And you're just gonna rest there for a minute with your forehead resting. Take a breath or two. Good, and then we're gonna inhale and look up at the hands. We're gonna exhale, we're gonna bend the knees as we slowly walk forward till your feet land under your knees. Then we're gonna press into the feet, straighten the legs, and just hang. Maybe take a ragdoll where you're holding your elbows and you're just letting go. Good. You can gently rock from side to side if it feels good. Let your brain drip out if it feels good. Staying with your breath throughout your entire practice. When you're ready, you're going to press down into your feet. You're going to inhale. You're going to reverse swan dive all the way up. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. And release. Mountain pose. Good. All right, so from here, we're standing up. And I'm going to move back here. Nope, I'm going to have to adjust this a little bit so you can see. Let's see. I think that should be good. I'm going to come back here. And we're going to have our feet like a little more than hip width apart. And we're going to just gently begin to swing. Your hands can be in like a soft fist. Your knees are soft, maybe even slightly bent. And you're tapping on your kidneys. The kidneys in Chinese medicine are your minister of health. They store your vital energy. They store your essence or your prenatal Jing, they call it, which is like your inherited constitution. So they're your energy storehouse. So you want to tap them as you breathe, breathing in vitality, restoration, all those good things to your kidneys. Good. And then slowly just let that come to rest. Slowly, slowly. Good. Next, we're going to do a little exercise. We're going to take our 2 bricks. So take 2 bricks and put them together. We're going to stand up here. I'm going to do it from the side so that you can see. You can watch for 1 round if you want, or just do it with me. Standing up straight. We're going to inhale and we're going to sweep the arms out and up, gathering energy, big gathering of energy. On the exhale, we're going to swan dive forward like you're diving in, landing your hands on your bricks and relaxing your head. Then you're going to inhale, you're going to straighten your arms, straighten your legs, straighten your torso forward. And exhale, bend the elbows straight back and surrender yourself down. Taking a breath there. Good, then pressing into the feet, we're going to inhale, reverse swan dive up. Gathering up the energies and exhaling the hands to the heart. We're going to do that 2 more times, actually 3 more times. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, dive in like you're diving into your beautiful life. Inhale, straighten arms, straighten legs, straighten torso and heart forward. Exhale, bend elbows back and release the neck. Press into the feet. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Gathering up the new life. Exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more. Inhale, take it in. Big breaths. Exhale, dive into what it is that you're creating in this beautiful springtime. Inhale, straighten arms, straighten legs, straighten back. Exhale, surrender. Releasing any struggles. Press into the feet. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart. Connect to heart. 1 final time. Inhale, sweep out and up, gathering energy. Exhale, dive in, long spine. Inhale, straighten arms, straighten legs, straighten spine forward. Exhale, surrender. Pressing into the feet. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Really breathing in. Exhaling, hands to the heart. And then releasing into mountain pose for a moment. And just closing your eyes, feeling what that little flow did for your flow in your body in this moment. Maybe feeling the energy flowing through you. And the peace that you're cultivating in yourself and in the world through your practice. Good, and then just releasing that. Next, we're going to take our chair and we're going to do a little chair dog. So chair dog is great if you have wrist problems at all, discomfort in your wrists at all. So you're going to externally rotate the arms a little so your hands turn out. You're going to place them on the outside edges of your chair. You're going to just back up a little bit. And then, since we're thinking about kidneys, we're going to turn the toes in and the heels out a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to press our knuckles like we're pressing our chair forward. And these tops of our thighs are going to go back. So your tops of your thighs are moving back. You're isometrically pressing your chair forward. Toes are turned in, heels are turned out, ears are right between your arms if they can be. You're making a long straight line from your tail to your crown. Legs are straight but not locked. And breath is full and deep. Take a couple of breaths here in your chair dog. So, you know, what you don't want to be is like here. That's kind of not as helpful as when from here, the actions are just taking the tops of the thighs up and back until you come all the way back. Good. And then inhale, look up between your hands. Exhale, slowly walk forward. Once your feet are beneath your hips, take your hands to the tops of your thighs. Inhale up with a nice long straight spine. Inhale your shoulders up to your ears a couple times. Exhale them down and back. Good. All right. Our next posture is chair Uttanasana. I'm going to have my feet hip width, actually a little more than hip width apart. I'm going to come down so that my hands are beneath my elbows and beneath my shoulders. Inhale, grow long and straight in my spine. And then exhale, I'm going to bend my elbows straight back and I'm going to land my head on my chair. And then I'm going to let my arms straight down to the chair legs. So there can be a softness in your knees. You don't want them locked. There can be a softness everywhere in your shoulders and your head. If you have a metal chair, you might put a little blankie on there, you know, when you do this because it can feel better. But just take a few minutes to melt into this because this is a great way to restore yourself. So taking a few breaths here and releasing, again, taking the opportunity to release any struggle, any resistance. Good. And when you're ready to come out, you just bring the hands up to the chair back first. And just start to lift the head and then press up, coming out slowly as well. And rooting through your feet, hands to the tops of the thighs. Inhale, come up with a long straight spine and release. Good. We're going to do one more forward fold with resting. We're going to come and have our brick available. Yeah. And we're going to take a deep breath in. I'm going to just bring this camera down a little bit so you can see this a little more clearly. And take a deep breath in. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart center. I'm going to exhale and hop my feet apart. Then I'm going to come forward with the long straight spine and bring my hands to the floor. So I'm going to widen my stance a little bit more. You don't have to. Our toes are going to turn in a little bit. Our heels are going to be out a little bit. And then I'm just going to have my brick available in front of me. I'm going to walk my hands back a little bit with my fingertips still facing forward. I'm going to lengthen my spine forward. And then I'm just going to bring my head down to the brick. So your brick can be higher if you need to. You might need 2 bricks. You might need your chair, whatever works for you. But once you're in here, your fingertips are going to be facing forward. Your wrists ideally would be beneath your elbows and your elbows in line with your shoulders. And you're grounding your energy through the outer edges of your feet. And there's a lift up from your inner ankles, up your inner thighs. And your inner thighs are sort of rolling back, energetically rolling back. And you're just surrendering again, finding a sense of release. Release from your day, release, just a release into this very moment here. With breath, you're finding your breath again, joining with your breath. being with your breath. Good. And when you're ready, you're going to inhale, lift your head, walk those hands forward again. And then we're going to heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe in to a reasonable distance for you. Bring the hands to the tops of your thighs. Inhale up with a nice long straight spine. Good. And then we're going to come down. It's always good to come down. What goes up must come down. From here, you're going to want to have your belt because we're going to use it. And we're going to lay down with our knees bent to begin. So have your belt, lay down with your knees bent to begin with. Lengthen your spine. Then you're going to bend the knee. We're going to bend your left knee into your chest, and you're going to take your belt, and you're going to loop the bottom of your foot, and you're going to stretch it up. Now you want your arms to be straight and your leg to be straight, and your hips to be level. Once all of that is organized, you're going to straighten your opposite leg, and just breathe here. There's an energetic reaching up through the foot that's lifted through the heel, trying to get your full footprint up on the ceiling, and your opposite leg is balanced on the center of the heel as well. Then taking a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to bend the knee in toward the chest, and again, try to get your full footprint up on the ceiling. And we're going to take that belt into the right hand and take the left arm out to the side. Take another big breath in. On the exhale, keeping this knee above your hip if you can. We're going to start to bring it across the midline and kind of come in toward a landing. Rest your elbow down. And then taking a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, you're going to try to straighten that leg out a little bit. Now, as you do that, you're reaching through the opposite heel. This top hip is energetically moving down and toward the opposite ankle. And your belly is rolling back to the left. Your heart is rolling back to the left. And maybe even your neck, so that you're in a sweet little twist. And then just take a couple breaths into that. Good. And when you're ready, you're going to bend that knee. And you're just going to roll softly back to the center, releasing that belt. And just feeling the length in that leg and releasing completely. Whew. Good. Bending both legs again. Resetting your spine. We're going to take the right leg in this time. We're going to put the belt beneath the ball of the foot, and we're going to stretch it up. Straight arms, straight leg, footprint to the sky, and release the opposite leg. Balancing it right on the center of the heel. Both legs are straight and reaching through the heels. Just waking up the hamstrings and finding your breath. Good. On your next exhalation, you're going to bend that knee in toward the chest and get that footprint up on the ceiling again. This time, belt will go in the left hand, right arm out to the side. Deep breath in. On the exhale, start to take that across the body, keeping the knee above the hip. Slowly, you can rest your elbow down and just kind of find your way over best you can. Then taking a deep breath in. On the exhale, you're going to start to straighten that leg out. The opposite leg is also straight. You're energetically taking this top hip down toward the opposite ankle. So the hips are kind of moving in toward each other. Your belly's going to roll back to the left. Your heart is going to roll back to the left. Your neck might even roll back to the left. Good. Another breath in and out. When you're ready, you're going to Bend that knee. Slowly take it back. Unmove the belt and stretch that out. Very nice. Just feel the effects of that stretch by just closing your eyes for a minute. And then bending at the knees. We're going to, you don't have to get up. Just if you can, find your block. We're gonna do a supported bridge since we're all about just releasing and surrendering and letting go today. So first you're gonna walk your heels in towards your sitting bones. And you're gonna roll your shoulders under and lengthen your spine. Then you're gonna press into your feet and you're gonna lift your hips up and you're gonna put your brick right under your pelvis. Now, it's important in this position to keep your head looking straight forward. So it can be on the lowest setting, your brick. It can be on this medium setting. You want it right under the sacrum so it can rest. If you feel like, oh, you know what? I could even go higher. You could press in and take your brick up to the next notch. That's a bit much for a lot of people, but you can try it if you want. I like to clasp my hands beneath and roll my shoulders under even more. Your chin is going right straight down into your sternal notch. And in this position, the energy is cascading down from your knees to your pelvis, and from your pelvis to your heart, and from your heart to your throat. And it's just like a waterfall, just washing downward and cleansing your belly and your heart and your throat. And your breath remains nice and full and deep, way into the belly and the kidneys. Finding further restoration in this moment. Another nice breath or two. And then releasing the hands, pressing into the feet and lifting up, remove the brick. And as you lower your spine, lower it from the upper top of the spine down toward the bottom, and really lengthening your tailbone down as you go until everything settles down. And then just taking the knees to the chest for a little hug. Maybe rock from side to side for a minute. It's always nice to do that. It's like a pleasure to the lower back. Yes, yes, yes. Saying yes is a good thing. Saying yes to the universe, saying yes to love, and saying yes to peace, self-care, all good things. Bringing any rocking to stillness, we're going to move into our final rest, Savasana. So let's just move anything in the way out of the way and take up your whole mat space. So let your feet be as wide as your mat, stretch the legs long, let the legs splay out, and then just let the legs down. And again, let your arms be nice and long and a little away from your sides, like 45 degrees away, and then just let them go. And then just gently rock your head from side to side. And then when you bring it to stillness, let it rest right in the very center of your back of your skull. And then let your head become like a bowling ball of weight, just heavy. Just heavy. And just let your brain sink back. It's up front by the forehead right now, and you're just going to allow it to gently sink back to the back of your head with your exhalation. And let it just recede, let the brain recede back to the stem, down to the brain stem as you exhale. Allowing the brain and the thinking mind to just settle back. And just allowing all of the facial muscles to relax as you lose all expression from your face. Releasing the corners of your eyes and the corners of your mouth and your jaw. Relaxing your chest and your belly. Relaxing your shoulders and your arms, your forearms and hands. Relaxing your lower back and your hips and your buttocks. And relaxing your upper legs, lower legs, and feet. Simply surrendering this body onto the earth, like you're melting and softening. Allowing and opening. And as you're resting there and softening into what is, I'll read a little bit from Swami Chaitanya, and it's called Beyond Struggle. Beyond Struggle. Your work really begins when you release struggle. To let go of struggle initiates a change of vibration within you. This change puts you in touch with the flow of life itself, which is essentially what you are. To cultivate your awareness of this flow is your real work. When you're in touch with the flow of life and feel your heart and mind open, you'll note that a certain presence starts to assert itself. This presence changes your physical chemistry, your feelings, and your mind. It is the spirit itself, starting to inform you about yourself, about it, about life, and about God. It's simple work. Release the struggle. So when you're ready, you can gently bend your knees. And just let the knees fall toward the right side as you slowly roll onto your right side. And then very gently press up to come to a seat where your spine can be straight. We'll take our hands to our hearts and we'll seal our practice with an Om, the sound vibration that inhabits all of life and all of creation and brings us all together. So exhaling completely first. Big breath in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. May there be peace in your heart and peace in the world. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'll look forward to practicing again next week. And enjoy. All right, bye-bye.